Under the cold blue light of the console screen, the rapid keystrokes cutting through the night were like the harbingers of a revolution. Silent and invisible, yet profoundly impactful, these actions had become the nightmare of massive gaming corporations. Just a few lines of code were preparing to bring down some of the most fortified digital fortresses in the world. At the center of this upheaval was a man whose name no one knew, a shadow lost in the labyrinth of complex algorithms, disrupting the digital world from behind the scenes. But this wasn't merely a tale of piracy. It was the peak of an enormous game of cat and mouse. A group named Team Xecuter was rewriting the rules of the digital world, turning the gaming industry on its head. Their goal wasn't just pirated games. Hidden beneath each line of code was a challenge to the gaming giants. While this battle raged on in the shadows of the industry, to the outside world, no one could comprehend just how vast this digital conflict had become. Gary Bowser has become a central figure in the battle against piracy in the gaming industry. He was one of the key members of the notorious software piracy group, Team Xecuter. This group became widely known for developing hacking tools and illegal software, particularly for gaming consoles like those made by Nintendo. Bowser possessed both the technical knowledge and operational leadership necessary to develop illegal software and hardware. The group sold these tools worldwide, causing billions of dollars in damages to gaming companies. Bowser's involvement in this piracy network made him a focal point of attention. However, Bowser wasn't the only figure behind Team Xecuter. Other members of the group were just as involved in the illegal operations. Bowser became the most recognizable face of the network because his arrest gained international attention. While other members of the group continued their operations in various countries, Bowser was primarily active in the North American market. His arrest marked a turning point in the gaming industry's fight against piracy. However, Bowser's capture did not mean the end of Team Xecuter. It was just the tip of the iceberg. The roots of this event stretch back to the years when the gaming industry began to digitize. Video game consoles became targets of devices that allowed users to hack their hardware and access pirated games. Team Xecuter recognized this demand and began developing piracy solutions for products made by major console manufacturers like Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. The group created tools that bypassed console software protections, allowing users to play pirated games. While this threatened the economic growth of the gaming industry, it also catered to a growing demand among users for cheaper or free access to games. As a result, groups like Team Xecuter quickly gained popularity. However, the group didn't stop at just software piracy. They also produced physical devices and hardware. These devices, such as those for the Nintendo Switch, allowed users to bypass security measures and run pirated games. Over the years, the group's activities expanded internationally, reaching millions of users globally. Their widespread network made them a target not only in the piracy world, but also in international legal circles, ultimately leading to their downfall. The spark that ignited the incident came from Nintendo's legal battle against Team Xecuter. The company realized that the hacking tools and illegal software developed by the group were negatively impacting sales of products like the Nintendo Switch. After the release of the Switch, Team Xecuter gained attention for its software and hardware solutions for the console. To protect its sales and prevent players from accessing pirated content, Nintendo began taking legal action against Team Xecuter. This led to an international legal struggle that eventually resulted in Bowser's arrest. However, this wasn't a sudden development. Team Xecuter had been developing illegal software for years and had been targeted legally multiple times. The group facilitated the spread of pirated games across various platforms, but the Nintendo Switch incident was the final straw. Bowser's prominent role in the group and his position at the center of its operations drew Nintendo's focus. His capture in an international operation revealed the vast scope of Team Xecuter's illegal activities. The center of this incident was the global gaming industry, but Bowser and Team Xecuter's activities had a worldwide impact. The group's piracy tools and software were widely used by users in North America, Europe, and Asia. However, the incident took a concrete turn when Bowser was captured in the Dominican Republic. Following complaints from Nintendo and other gaming companies, the US government pursued Bowser and eventually captured him in the Dominican Republic, extraditing him to the United States. This operation highlighted the importance of international cooperation in the fight against piracy. The fact that the operation took place in the Dominican Republic is also noteworthy. Bowser may have believed that operating from this location would draw less attention, but his capture in an international operation demonstrated that piracy could no longer be confined to a single geographic area. Bowser's arrest dealt a significant blow to Team Xecuter's operations. However, it was only the beginning. The group's members were still active globally, conducting their operations in secrecy. Team Xecuter managed to conceal its piracy activities successfully for a long time. The group's strategy involved marketing its illegal software and hardware tools as legitimate products. Bowser and other members claimed that their software and hardware were intended for backup purposes, presenting them as legal products. However, these tools actually allowed users to run pirated games. This narrative helped the group conceal its activities and kept them off the legal radar for a while. However, drawing the attention of major gaming companies like Nintendo made it clear that this wouldn't last forever. The group distributed its products through online platforms and forums, where users could easily access the piracy software and hardware tools. This strategy allowed them to circumvent legal boundaries for a while, but gradually they began to attract attention. Especially after the release of the Nintendo Switch, the group became a primary target for the gaming industry. Despite the group's extensive network, this attention eventually led to their capture. Bowser's arrest revealed the complexity and vastness of these illegal operations. The peak of the event occurred in 2020 when Gary Bowser was captured in the Dominican Republic and extradited to the United States. This operation highlighted the critical role of international cooperation in combating piracy. Bowser played a key role in Team Xecuter's operations, and the group's takedown sent shockwaves through the software piracy world. Companies like Nintendo pursued serious legal actions following Bowser's capture, determined to hold him accountable for the piracy activities. This marked a victory in the gaming industry's fight against intellectual property theft. Bowser's arrest gained international attention and revealed how widespread piracy had become. Team Xecuter was not just a group of software developers. Hundreds of thousands of users worldwide were accessing pirated games through their tools. Bowser's sentencing was a turning point in the fight against piracy in the gaming world, sending a strong message to other piracy groups. However, this event was not limited to Bowser's capture. While there was a temporary decrease in the distribution of piracy software, piracy activities did not completely disappear. This underscored the vast scale of the problem and the difficulty of eradicating piracy altogether. Following Bowser's arrest, the legal process quickly unfolded, and he was sentenced to pay millions of dollars in damages in the United States. Nintendo claimed that Team Xecuter's hacking tools caused billions of dollars in lost sales. The court found Bowser and Team Xecuter liable for these damages, marking a significant victory in the gaming industry's battle against piracy. Bowser's sentence set an important precedent for the industry, prompting other gaming companies to take stronger legal action against similar piracy groups. This case sent a clear message to the industry. Piracy would not go unpunished. In the aftermath of the event, anti-piracy measures in the gaming world tightened. Nintendo and other major gaming companies began taking more aggressive legal action against piracy software and hardware developers. Additionally, the event had an impact on users. Access to piracy software became more difficult after Bowser's and Team Xecuter's takedown, leading many users to seek legal means of accessing games. However, this did not completely eliminate the problem of piracy. As technology evolved, piracy continued to find new avenues, but Bowser's capture left a lasting mark on the piracy world. The gaming industry has faced similar piracy cases in the past. In the early 2000s, major gaming consoles like Sony's PlayStation and Microsoft's Xbox were targeted by piracy software and modification tools. However, the Gary Bowser and Team Xecuter case has become one of the most notable of its kind. Previous piracy incidents involving Sony and Microsoft pushed major companies to take a more active stance in protecting their intellectual property. The release of next-gen consoles like the Nintendo Switch brought the issue back to the forefront. This incident showed that piracy was not confined to older consoles, but could target even the latest technologies. One similar event occurred in 2011 when Sony's PlayStation Network was hacked, compromising millions of users' data and rendering the system unusable for a period of time. This highlighted the need for gaming companies to not only protect their hardware, but also their software and user data. The Team Xecuter incident, on the other hand, focused on direct hardware piracy. Gary Bowser's capture ushered in a new era of piracy crackdowns in the gaming world, and companies have since tightened security to prevent similar incidents. As of now, Gary Bowser is still serving his prison sentence. However, this does not mean that piracy groups like Team Xecuter have been completely eradicated. While Bowser's capture and conviction dealt a significant blow to the software piracy world, piracy activities continue to persist online. Advancements in technology provide pirates with new ways to carry out their operations, forcing gaming companies to remain vigilant. Although Team Xecuter's activities have been largely dismantled, the fight against piracy in the gaming industry is far from over. The gaming industry continues to take steps to combat piracy. Nintendo and other major gaming companies are developing new security measures and technologies to protect their digital content. After the Bowser and Team Xecuter incident, digital game distribution platforms have also implemented stricter security protocols to fight piracy. However, piracy activities are unlikely to disappear entirely. As technology continues to evolve, pirates find new ways to operate. Therefore, the fight against piracy will remain an ongoing challenge for the gaming world.